And we are on. Welcome back, episode. Are we 4 now?
Yeah.
Get in.
4.
Look at us, committing like adults. Episode 4. Right, I'm just going to... Thank you, Mr. Aquaman. You will be my phone holder for the day, because we have to watch.
He does a good job.
He does a good job. Well, we've got a bit of a different setup today.
Yeah.
So we've got rid of the stupid big desk, because we're getting in the way. We've now got like a little rustic wooden thing. We're having a sign made as well. We're committing. Fully committing to this, yeah.
And if you're just listening and not watching on YouTube, none of this matters.
Yeah, absolutely irrelevant to you. Yeah. Just imagine it was something crap, and then imagine something a little bit better.
Yeah, it's slightly less crap.
Yeah. We're slowly going to edge every week to week, have something better going on. Yeah. But we're back, episode 4 of the CREWCast. Thank you for all joining us. And now let's get this out of the way first off. My voice, Lex Griffin, on Instagram and YouTube as Lex Fitness. The other voice you hear is...
Mr. Lewis.
Mr. Lewis. I like the fact you're calling yourself Mr.
Yeah,
Lewis.
I'm going for it now. You started it, so Mr. Lewis. Lewis Majid, owner of Black Country Barbell, a gym in the Black Country.
The Black Country.
Yeah.
Good gym in the Black Country. And before we go any further, can we just confront the elephant in the room? People watching on YouTube will have seen it. And you're here. And the question is, clearly, why aren't you wearing a cowboy hat?
I don't own a cowboy hat, so I want to, but I haven't committed to the purchase just yet.
For those not watching, I am wearing a cowboy hat.
I think they can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, you surely can.
Yeah. You take on a persona when you put on a cowboy hat.
I do. I walk with bandy legs
Yeah.
now, and I don't drink anything that isn't the colour of bourbon. Yeah, and I serve everything in a shot. Yeah. Ribena, tea, coffee. It comes in a shot. I slide it to you now in the kitchen.
Yes. Yeah.
In a shot glass. How cool would that be, actually?
Sarsaparilla.
I might start doing that.
Sarsaparilla. Isn't that cactus?
Sarsaparilla, isn't that awful stuff, like aniseed?
I don't think I've ever had it. I thought it was like cactus juice.
Sarsaparilla?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm making
pretty sure it's a sweet.
Oh, really?
Sarsaparilla sweets. You don't remember them? Someone always offered them. You'd be like, no, you sicko. Why are you offering me disgusting sweets? It's like those things, those ones that tasted like flowers.
Parma violets.
Parma violets. Ugh.
Oh, I like them.
Oh, you sicko.
Oh, I like them.
Oh, you see? That's why you got them, because you knew no one else liked them. You didn't like them. You just liked not sharing, and then eventually grew to like them.
Yeah, quite possibly. Yeah, it's like, whatever. If you don't
it's
like it.
It's like a blue cheese.
Yeah. Yeah.
The blue cheese of the sweet world.
Yeah, I like blue cheese as well.
I do actually now.
Yeah.
I like a good cheese.
All right, I used to like it as a kid just because it was horrible.
On count of 3, say your favourite cheese. Right, ready? You got it?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. Wensleydale. Ooh, you went brie. Really?
Yeah, I am partial to brie. It's something that's developed more recently.
I like brie. It's creamy.
I also need to mention that I am lactose intolerant, so all of them make me shit myself severely.
Worth it.
It's totally worth it.
You can get something called lactolase, and just
the enzyme
that will stop you actually feeling sick.
I've started using it a bit more recently. I've gone through my entire life, and I was just like, why have I only discovered this like 6 months ago?
Most people don't even know about it.
Yeah, and it does make a massive difference. It doesn't stop it 100%, but it does make a big difference. So if you do have like that bubbly gut after protein shakes or excessive
that's true. Yeah, you can whack it in your way.
Yeah, because I think that is like part of what's the process when they make these protein powders that are like lactose intolerant friendly. I just think they add in the enzyme.
Makes sense, wouldn't it? Why don't you whack it in yours anyway?
Yeah.
As a company, and then be like 0 upset stomach, and everyone would be like, "Oh, right, bite on the base of that."
Yeah, because most people don't even realise because obviously
throwing away hacks for business success.
Yeah. Business hacks left, right, centre.
Just like dealing them like freebies.
Most people are lactose intolerant to a certain degree, but people just think like it has to be something really severe. Yeah. But like, even if you just get a little bit bloated after having that is being lactose intolerant, like, but just to a very minor degree.
I get it from whey if I haven't had it for ages and then start having it again, but then it goes within a week.
Oh, really?
I get adaptable to it. Yeah. I think it's because the sugars in there are slow to break down. Like they're very slow, and I think that can cause some issues as well. But I'm not entirely sure. I think, and then obviously some people don't have the enzyme for breaking down the dairy. But yeah, so there we go. That was a slight segue from the cowboy hat. The reason I'm wearing a cowboy hat is I found that is happiness. Yeah, it's just pure happiness. When a cowboy hat arrives at your door, you can't be anything but A, happy, and B, a cowboy for at least 4 days. So I lived Red Dead Redemption 2. Straight back on the Xbox, wearing my cowboy hat.
I'm pretty sure we spoke about this was it the first podcast where we mentioned Red Dead?
I actually re-uploaded 90 gig.
Yeah.
You know how long that took? 2 hours I had to wait. That was some
Not too bad.
patient bumming around though. That was
Because
because you know when you turn it on and you're like, it comes straight on, so you don't have the guilt that you're about to become a computer bum.
Yeah,
I had the 2 hours build up of being like, I'm gonna completely
give away a
veg
good
out.
few days
There's
here.
a day going minimum, yeah. And I did that. If you didn't join us last week on the podcast, so we had a pretty shit. Do you know it wasn't just us, but last week down, very very down. Yeah. We talked about the COVID ass kick, and we kind of all got it. Maybe it was the full moon. Who knows?
It was a full moon, mate.
It was a full moon.
Tides,
and it does affect. I do think there's
on our ovaries,
and it affects the goddamn tidal patterns. Yeah. How can it? It surely must affect us.
Yeah, we're like however much % water, like 90.
True. Yeah. We're like, I don't know, 99% water, 1% bullshit. Yeah. But yeah, so we both had a down week. I had a very, very I think my low all caught me up at once, so it proper decked me. But I was talking to somebody else, and they said they had a really shitty week, really withdrawn, and just so maybe maybe it was one of the things. So I've segued again. What was the point of me talking?
I don't know.
There's never really one.
No, not at all. We're completely pointless.
Completely pointless. No, I think it was the Cowboy happiness. So I decided to, that was it, to just take a few days and completely
retail therapy.
The Red or Dead were on, weren't they? So I went on and thought, I'm just going to disassociate for a little bit. I'm going to chill out. And my brain, when I play computer games or watch movies, nothing else around me exists.
Yeah.
So I am fully like involved in what I'm doing.
Yeah, you were Arthur Morgan.
Arthur Morgan, boy. Yeah. That was Arthur. Yeah. Boy. He kills a lot. I killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily.
Yeah, me too. That's fine.
Just.
Oof. Are we talking about the game?
Let's talk about the game a little bit. If you've not played Red or Dead 2, what are you doing with your life?
I know.
Probably productive things.
It is literally, yeah. Well, yeah. But still, like, as far as games go, you need to go for that game.
100%, because they're going to be releasing another one soon, surely. It's been a year since that was out.
I don't know, man. Like, don't even get me started on
I thought it's like 4 years. Aren't they on Rockstars, usually?
Well, like GTA's been out for like 10 years now since the last one. Or something
really?
Fucking ridiculous. I don't know what it is. I think it's 8 years since.
Has it been that long?
It's been on 3 consoles now.
I didn't get that until about 2 years after it was out.
Yeah.
I refused to pay $60
It's because they make so much money from the online, which personally I don't really like that much. But like I think that Rockstar, well, historically anyway, you buy it for the story, and then if it's got some online elements, that's a bonus. But obviously, from like just how gaming's got now, everything's kind of like not necessarily, you pay to win on certain things, you buy shit. Like some of these things that you can buy in GTA, if you go on GTA Online now, there's like flying cars and fucking stuff like that. It's not
really.
It's not Grand Theft Auto anymore. Like it's not based in reality, and like you can go and buy a flying car with real money, and they're not cheap. Like I've seen some of these items for like £80. Because they have like shark cards, which is their like credit cards, and you buy credit with them. But when they translate them to real money, some of these items are like shitloads of money.
I think it's bad that as well, because you get little kids who have access to things, and that's when they end up spending thousands. And I heard there was one the other week actually. Some kids spent £1,000 on an in-game app, an EA game it was, and they were like, not refunding it.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine? I mean, there's no bollocking big enough for that kid. God. Burn the console in front of him.
Yeah.
Screaming, "This is what you get."
Yeah, it's like you're lucky it's not you being burnt.
But the fact they were like, "No, we're sick of this now. It's tough.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have had your card accessible." But I think it's a bit harsh. But
yeah,
bad times.
Is harsh.
I'm not a fan of the online. No, I like certain things online, but I'm not a fan of when they take a game and they add like something to it that's not part of the original game, like you said, flying cars, and then like didn't they do like a zombie Red Dead thing?
Yeah, so Undead Nightmare was actually like, as far as DLC goes, it was good. I enjoyed it. It was like still based in the game, like it's still based in the lore of the game. It wasn't just random game breaking stuff like a fucking flying car. Like imagine if you were just on Red Dead and then you're like, I'm gonna have like a flying car that fires rockets.
Back to the Future car.
Yeah. So it was obviously, it was just a weird little tangent that they went off on, and that's when like zombie stuff was really popular.
Right. Prerequisite. My phone has decided to crap out on us.
Oh.
So I can no longer view how long we've been recording. So we have to keep an eye on it and make sure we don't flip it off, so we don't wreck the YouTubeage. Which, by the way, last week the YouTube looked like we'd recorded it on a potato plugged into a lemon. Reason being, the camera was on the wrong setting, so there you go, guys. If you've got one of these new cameras, make sure you've got it on the ALLI, which basically means looks good. If you have it on IPB, it probably stands for it's probably bollocks.
Yeah.
So avoid the it's probably bollocks saying, because that's what we had it on.
I would do that.
Yeah. Although someone messaged me and went, I liked the raw style of the last podcast. I was like, it was crap quality. Yeah.
That's it though. That's like that is vintage, isn't it?
It was
stuff
vintage.
That's battered.
It was vintage. It looked like it'd been recorded on like an iPhone 4.
Yeah.
But anyway, at least the content was palatable. We had some good feedback from you guys. Thank you very much for all the support on this so far. It's been really good.
Yeah.
And
it's getting some traction.
One of the favourite parts of it, I think, for some people who've been messaging me who have never drunk whiskies before, I've had messages.
Yeah.
We're spreading alcoholism into the world. It's a good. No, we're spreading appreciation for the taste of liquor into the world, which is what we do. Which means you only pour one and you enjoy the bugger. And this week we are, as we do every week, we use it as an excuse to buy something we haven't tried yet.
Yeah.
So we have got this week, or people send us things in as they did the other week. So this week we have got a Highland Park 12. And it says Highland Park is the brand, and then it's a 12-year-old. Now, here's the best bit. And it says right on the front, in silver raised lettering, Viking Honor, single malt Scotch whiskey. Now, this is serious, because one, we've not done a Scotch before. Scotches are still whiskies, but I think they're a different grain, aren't they, or something? It's malt and grain, and not just malt. You don't know, do you? No,
I'm not a whiskey.
We should have read this before. Anyway, so for those that do know, this is a single malt. Now that's good because that means it's made from a single distillery. Mm-hmm. Rather than it can be like the same drink made with loads of distilleries. Single malt means it's made at one distillery only one place, which makes it more valuable. Yeah. So it's more distinctive, I guess, or more unattainable, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is why some of them, when it's made by like a bloke called Mr. Magic up on a hill in the middle of nowhere, and he makes like 50 a year.
Yeah,
they're worth. It's meth. It's secret meth. So this one though, we know it's serious because it's a 40% volume level. So we're talking. This is going to be, but Scotland, they're normally oaky, kind of smoky taste to them. Yeah. This one, however, says on it. Well, let me read on the side of it because it's pretty cool. The box is pretty cool. If you can't see it, you're not on YouTube. It's got silver, very Viking-esque logo, like
Norse mythology style.
Yeah. What would you call that on the front? What do they call it? No, it's not a logo. What's the word? Come on. We are dumb today.
I know, we are very
dumb day.
It's not hieroglyphic. That's the wrong
symbolism. Symbol.
It looks
a Norse symbol.
It looks a little bit like a greyhound.
It does, yeah.
But with a greyhound that's being
with
wrapped
snakes wrapped around it.
Yeah, with snakes and vines.
And then there's the Highland Park logo cleverly put in the middle. Yeah. You can't really see it. It's cool.
But the bottle is very nice as well.
The bottle has the same logo, raised on the front of it. It's absolutely lovely. That's a bottle you definitely keep.
Yeah. And also, like we said before, that is purely how we judge what we're going for.
Oh, yeah, that's it, yeah.
Is the bottle cool and is the name cool? And Viking Honor and swirly patterns.
Bottle. That's a 10 out of 10 on both levels.
Yeah. This is...
And so far, we're 100% success rate on our pick it judging the book by its cover style.
Yeah.
100%. The first one we picked it because it had a blue snake on the front of it.
Yeah. I feel like especially the bottle aesthetics on that one is like top tier bottle aesthetics.
And is it a cork bottle? It looks like it's corked. But on the side, a quick run through on the side, it says, look at this. It has a personality. I wish I could remember how to do the Viking voice, but I need to practice it, so I'm not going to try because I'll just end up sounding Indian.
Is that what you default
I could do it with like an approved voice.
Scouse.
Yeah, I got told off for that before, right? Because apparently it wasn't the best Scouse accent. But I thought it was pretty fucking banging, mate. I thought it was banging. I'm going to do it like a Scouse on the front anyway. I am a reflection. Is that?
Yeah, that you need more.
I am a reflection of my ancestors. No, even I can hear that's bad. I'm a reflection of my ancestors and their values. I keep them close and continue to learn to pass on those values to future generations. My name is all I truly have. Let it be a legacy of honour. No idea what that's got to do with the drink, but it sounds cool.
Someone has to write this script, and it's like they're talking for an inanimate object. I'm getting like if this whiskey was a person, what would it say?
Yeah,
people have to do that for so many things, don't they? Like when you're making a brand,
people get paid to do that, which is pretty cool. Right now, we also judge it on the noise it makes when you pull the cork off the top of the bottle. Last week's was a cheeky little that kind of noise. Wasn't very manly. I feel like this one might be a bit more manly.
He's a wide boy on the top.
Here we go. Oh, that's a cheeky part.
And the cork is much smaller than...
Oh, it's a tiny cork.
Yeah.
Right, sniff test. Oh, that does smell like a Scotch whiskey. That's, you know, when you're a kid and you smell stuff and you're like, shouldn't be drinking this. That's what that smells like. That smells like I am naughty.
Yeah.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that reminds me of a time where I got... Wow, that's another
I'm
story.
going to tell you what time it reminds me of. It reminds me of a time when I think we were, I want to say 12, and we went to my friend's house and his parents were out and we all had a party. But not like the usual party of debauchery, like just it started relatively normally, like playing football with a balloon in the house.
Yeah.
And then girls came round.
Yeah.
And then the music got turned up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then somebody, maybe me, suggested that we should try his dad's whiskey. And not just the one at the side of the cabinet, the one bang in the middle that was clearly pride of place.
Yeah.
It gets worse. So we proceeded to drink this whiskey from the bottle, passing it around, like, yeah. And then after like 3 sips, you think you're well drunk. Yeah. At which point we turned his sofa sideways into the living room and decided to see how many times we could hurdle it rapidly. Because as you do.
Yeah.
When you're drunk, get hyper as a kid.
Yeah.
12 years old. I feel a bit buzzed. What am I going to do? Jump stuff.
Yeah, I'm just going to jump.
Just gonna jump.
Run and jump.
Yeah, basically like a puppy. He was just letting to do stuff.
Yeah.
And so then we realised we drank quite a bit of it, at which point he panicked and thought his dad would realise, which he would. Mm-hmm. Guess what we did?
Filled it with water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
bad move.
I would have done that if I was 12 too.
Oh, there was a phone call the next day.
Yeah, I bet there was.
And there was vomit the night before.
I bet there was.
And my mum, poor mum, she blessed me. Bless you, you're sick. Yeah. I don't know why as well. It came up purple. I don't know what I've been eating. Purple. I remember I was in my bed. I just went, blah. No, I wasn't that healthy at that age. I had no concept of antioxidants. It was more likely that it was like rainbow dust from the corner shop.
Mega rainbow dust in them little sticks. Oh my God, they were fucking amazing.
That's probably why we were hurdling the sofa. We were on like sugar fairy dust.
One of the things we used to do, bearing in mind, like blasting games till like 5 o'clock in the morning as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely ridiculous, but we did it because of like purely knowing how unhealthy it was. We get like the cheap energy drinks from like Tesco's, like Kick or whatever they used to be called, or Boost. Crack it open, then fire a mega rainbow dust in it and put the lid on quickly before it fucking exploded. Then leave it like half an hour and then drink that. I was like, if it didn't have enough sugar in it already, we've just poured pure sugar in it.
Why is it right? When we were younger, we could put sugar on sugar, and like in my class, there was one kid who was overweight, and we all ate the same crap.
Yeah.
Do you know why? I don't know why I said why is it, because I know the answer.
What?
Pedaling. I used to ride my bike miles and miles and miles everywhere. I'd get home and then I'd ride back to the park. I'd ride to my mate's house, or we'd just ride somewhere because it was sunny. Yeah. Now, I don't see kids riding around anywhere because everyone's afraid they're going to get kidnapped or knifed.
Paedophiles lurking at every corner.
They were still about when we were doing it.
Yeah, people just
weren't fit enough to get picked.
Yeah. Yeah, we were just all minging kids.
I just think the bloody newspapers make everyone scared. They think every 12-year-old's running around carrying a knife. Every nana now won't leave her home because of the COVID like scaremongering. Yeah. I know some people who haven't left their home for over 12 months. I mean, like literally haven't left their home. Yeah. But barely walk outside the front door because of the scare tactics used for all this nonsense.
I think that's it, isn't it? Everything's so interconnected now. Like it's easy to just we feel bombarded or overwhelmed.
I mean, it is very, very real. No one's saying it's not. Yeah. But also, I think some of these people are going to suffer.
You can walk outside without catching
of course they can.
Instantly.
They're going to mentally be going, like, I don't know how they're coping. Do not know how they're coping.
No.
So if you're listening and you're feeling a bit like scared about COVID, you can have a walk outside. Yeah. It can't be, you have to be coughed in the face. You know, it has to, it can't just catch it easily, like from being outside. If you're going to places where there's lots of population and you're touching rails and stuff like that, obviously take some hand gels and stuff with you. But you can walk to the park, you walk in the forest, you can go all outside there where there's not a lot of people and you'll be absolutely fine. Yeah. And you will feel bloody brilliant for a little bit of a walk.
Definitely.
As we discussed. Right, hang on, let's do the pop again.
Yeah. Repop.
Ooh, that was a bit of a bit of a squeak. Right,
you gave it more, there was more velocity to the cork.
And the twisted.
The twist.
The twist isn't, we know very much how a wrist action is. Very important.
It's a toll in the wrist.
Home pull. Oh, it makes a nice noise. It makes a nice noise.
Good old plug.
There you go, sir. You can pour yours.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you can have that. So we'll give this a little bit. As we always say, guys, you should have a nice good old bowl of ice in your glass. If you don't have an ice ball maker, just put about 4 ice cubes in there with it. let it sit for about 10 minutes, let it get down to temperature, and then a little bit of that ice will melt into it, and that will smooth off these drinks and stop them kicking your ass, and you'll be able to enjoy the flavours a little bit. As always, you take your first sip, you let that sit around your little tongue in the mouth. Let it get it.
Be a big tongue, depends what.
Yeah, little tongue, big tongue, twisty tongue, sneaky tongue. Let it sit there for a bit, and then let it go down, and then your second sip will be your flavor saver from there. So yeah, we have done a question on Instagram for saying, what do you want to know, what do you want to hear. So we will get to those in a little bit. But how's your week been?
Not been too bad. Way better than last week, actually. It's been.
I think. Yeah.
I'm gonna even go and say been a good week.
Indeed, I would say the same. I'd say the same. So I've got my cowboy hat.
Yeah,
that made me happy. As I said, even last week when it was down, I had some really good conversations. Those conversations are coming to fruition now. So a couple of things like contracts coming through for some really cool gigs.
Yes.
Yeah, and I made a conscious effort to keep on with those as well. Like I didn't let the hissy fit that I had make me not pursue good stuff. You know? So I was still at least a little bit proactive. But that really buzzed me up this week. Had some good conversations. Had some really cool kits sent through to test out, which is setting up downstairs at the moment. Setting up some RDX. I've got everything I need for my own combat zone, and I've got enough headgear, which I'm going to test out through the medium of launching watermelons.
Yes,
I have bought the watermelon and another melon, and we're going to slow-mo it. We're going to see. Will it knock you out? We're going to see how good the headgear is at stopping it, knocking me out. I say it's me.
Yeah.
So that's going to get launched in my head maybe tomorrow or Sunday.
How's the launching going to happen?
Another human.
Yeah. Have you seen that video of the woman who's like, I don't know what it is. It's some game show, and they're like catapulting watermelons, and this one it spins around and then smashes her in the face, but it's so brutal, like it turns to mist. Like this thing, you can't even see how quick it's an instant, and it's just vapor.
Knock her out.
I don't think she's knocked out. I don't think she is.
Tough woman.
Yeah, hard as fucking nails. But it's an old ass video that is. But yeah.
Oh, one of my favourite videos, if you're talking about old funny videos, is a gun shooting compilation it's usually found in, but there's one on its own, and it's this guy, and it must be somewhere in like Iran or somewhere, because he's wearing the like Saudi Arabian classic clothing, and it's all white, so he's got the white head. Is it a headscarf he's got on, or more of a hat? But it's got like the drapey bit down the side, so it's either a headscarf or a hat with the drapey bit down the side. Either way, it's flowing. And then he's got the long white, I don't know what the name of it is, but the floor length long shirt thing, whatever it's called. We all know.
Looks super comfy.
Yeah, they are comfy. Have you never worn one?
No.
Yeah, they keep you really cool as well. Yeah, there is actually a technical reason for them being worn in the heart of the country. They keep you cool. Yeah, it's quite clever. So anyway, it's all white, so he's very innocent. He's got a good tan, and they're in this little room where they're testing gun. Like it's a gun range, but just a single room for some reason, and one little thing. I think it's like where they shoot the bullets and then it catches the bullet and they look at the bullet kind of thing. I think it's one of those test areas. Yeah. But the video's only on him, and he's this little skinny guy, and it's this huge gun. Like I think it's like a sniper rifle.
Yeah.
And the compilation is people trying to fire this gun. He shoots it. This thing kicks up in the air, does a backflip over him, takes him with it, and it's in like in a glass box, the room, and the gun hits the door, shatters the door behind him. He goes flying, one of his sandals flies off. And then the best bit of the whole thing is he goes, oh, wibbly bob, wibbly bob. Wibbly bob. And he just keeps saying wibbly bob. And it is the funniest thing. When you are 15 years old, I was wetting myself on the floor for months afterwards. Anytime anything bad happened between me and John Hatch, my best mate, from school, when we used to hang out every weekend, John will remember this story. Anytime anything bad happened, you just hear from someone, wibbly bob. Wibbly bob. If you search it online, just search, I don't know.
Wibbly bob.
I tried searching wibbly bob to find it. I don't know if that brought it up, but I did find it. If you search like big gun misfire or funny big gun shooting, you'll hear the wibbly bob and you'll know exactly what I'm about. It's bloody brilliant. It just makes your day. And the guy, it's funny because he's kind of like half hysterical, half like laughing.
Yeah.
It's funny. It is funny. I do like those old videos.
So anyway, it was a much better week, wasn't it?
Oh yes, we had a much better week. So yeah, and obviously we talked about it. I think that helped a lot.
Yeah, no, I think it does.
Got it out, had a chat, and then realised, you know what, less hissy fit in, more being proactive.
Yeah, it's been like for me, I felt like it's been a busy week, but a good busy week, and like when it's you're working, but it's nice because you feel like you're getting somewhere, you're making some progress. So yeah, that's been quite nice from a business point of view. It's been very frustrating. I'm very like,
okay, because you have literally a business that is shut down.
My gym is closed for like all of the years of work to get it going, and then it's very frustrating, seeing it empty. And I'm very like goal orientated as a person, so
I'm just checking the time on the video so I can
we all good.
Yeah, we've got 4 minutes. Yeah, 3 minutes.
I'm like a really goal orientated person, so which is great for training as well, because when business stuff is slow or stagnant, then I can focus on training and really like chase goals with training. And then when
personally,
like just in general, like I like to have something to chase after. It keeps me happy while I fucking wake up in the morning to like to pursue a thing. I'm very like single minded in that sense.
Yeah, and
like the business just not being able to function like was very hard to like, how do you set goals and stuff like that?
Because obviously it just destroys your entire timeline.
Yeah.
And your plans, and then obviously your plans usually require financing.
Yeah.
And so it's like a double whammy. So when you get back, you're gonna have to wait for that finance to catch yourself up to then redo that plan, which it just sets everything back. And I can see how that could be super depressing.
Yeah.
It's a strong word, depressing, but I genuinely think we were on that outer edge of depressed. Like we weren't. It was fully controllable, but we both did just go down.
Yeah, it does happen, doesn't it? And but yeah, I think this week feels like it's been
night and day,
productive, and getting somewhere, making positive changes that are going to have longer term impacts. Similar to how you're saying you got things going on.
The little wins thing worked well for me. Little wins, it really did do that. So I started getting my little things done. Get up, make the bed. I started actually doing my routine again, very face care routine. Yes, because you have to, like, if you want to stay looking decent, you got to put some fucking effort in. So started using my moisturizer again. Started using my charcoal face scrub again, and then I started and I did my hair, did all that stuff, and you feel fucking new after you've like cavemaned yourself. You just feel a bit freaking fresh. But I'll tell you one thing I didn't do. I didn't dive straight back in to the same level of clusterfuck that made me feel a bit overwhelmed prior. So I just thought, you know what, take the week to film at your leisure for my YouTube stuff, and create content as it comes to you at a set pace, and don't worry about getting it up. Just get it done, and then get it up as and when you're kind of have the motivation and positive angle of looking at it, because I was editing.
Don't force it.
Don't force it. I was editing it, like I was rushing editing and stuff, so I was never quite happy. So this way, I'm filming 2 videos at once, but I'm doing it in a really kind of fun way. I'm just, as an idea comes to me, I go and do it. And one of them today involved me tackling a punch bag through a doorway full force on my own. It's funny to watch, but it hurt. I knew it was going to hurt, but I just thought it's worth it. It's going to be funny. Also, because I was doing a thing about tackling the day, and then it cut to me just smacking this thing. Right, I'm going to go and stop and start this recording, and then once we've done that, we are sipping that sipperoo, because that looks ready to rock and roll.
It is good.
Back in the room. Okay, so that's all gone. Right.
Should we have a sipperoo now?
Let's have a little sipperoo. So
clink.
Clink, clink, clink.
Going in. I'm going this way. Clink.
Well, that ice is taking that ice away quicker than the other ones have. Isn't it? Is that the 40%, you think? Must be. Lasted longer in the other ones that weren't as high. Definitely. Right, to smell it, just smells like Scotch to me, because I'm not a big Scotch drinker, so this is going to be new to. Well, we're new to the whiskey thing anyway. It's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
We're not connoisseurs by any stretch. We're just learning. Sorry, just cleared my throat right by the microphone. Yeah, before we do this, can we just pass something on that's been bugging us for about the last 3 hours?
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'll let Lex do this one. You can hate him, not me.
Oh, no, you start it, and I'll come in.
I can't even remember what it was now. It's out of my head.
Oh, should we leave it then? Don't put it back in your head.
Hold on.
Hey,
no. Right. Go for it, go.
I can't remember what it was. I can remember, but I can't remember how it starts. I've got a different one in my head now. I've got... which I think is Bewitched.
Right, okay, if you don't know what the hell's going on, which you don't,
no,
we've both randomly had a tune in our heads for like an hour beforehand, well, probably longer, and we've just not been able to...
it.
Yeah, and it's like, it just keeps coming up when there's silence, and then someone just starts something, and we're like, where the fuck does this even come from? We haven't heard this.
Literally hadn't.
It was like the Macarena or
when
something like that.
When you came in, I was playing like Tool or something.
Yeah, you were playing some metal, and then, just randomly, like, whatever, it wasn't the Macarena, but...
It wasn't the Macarena, but that's in my head.
It was something like that.
Well, my song that comes on whenever there's a silence in my head, and even when I'm on my own, just out loud, I'll go, Hey, hey, with the monkeys, can't stop monkeying around. And that's it. I only know those words. Yeah. But I literally, hey, hey. I think it's because in my head I'll go, right, hey, what are we doing? Every time. Every time.
Well, what we were planning on doing is, if it was still in our heads, which it wasn't, but now we have other things in our heads, thanks to Lex. Thanks to me. We were going to like pass that on to you by like doing the beat, and then it'd be stuck in your head, and then hopefully that would cure us.
Yeah, that would be the theory. And if it didn't, at least we were sharing the pain.
Yeah.
You know, because misery loves company.
Yeah. Making your life worse.
This is actually a thing. If you've not heard that saying, misery loves company, could not be truer. So if you're around miserable people, sod them off. Like, seriously, get rid. Do you know, I was talking to someone the other day who'd had a big thing about getting really positive in their life and stuff. Oh, tell you, it was through COVID.
Yeah.
One of my mates next to me, he goes, you know what COVID's been? I've been what? He goes, a useless friend colour. I was like, well, yeah, I guess so. So you realise those people that really only ever send you something when they're needing something and never checking in with you. If you've got those type of people that only ever message you when they want something, or they'll pop up like, hey, how you doing? Then the next message is, you know that thing you've got? Yeah, if those people, cut them out. Get ruthless. Yeah. This is your time to reset, man. Do it. Yeah. You won't feel better than doing that.
Yeah, and also, don't be that friend. You know, check in on people. Yeah. And don't you don't have to ask for something. Just like, it's fine to message someone like, how you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I did it the other day to my mate. Yeah, I sent a message to Mark, my buddy, just saying, you all good, dude? And he was like, yeah, mate, swamped with work. I was like, oh, just checking in, cool. You know, he's busy, he's got stuff to do, but I thought maybe, you know, he's lived on his own. Yeah. And as I'd had a down week, I thought, you know, I'm not going to let that happen to someone else. No. Yeah, that was cool. Oh, yeah, we've tangented again. Right, let's try this scotchy. Like, tinky-tinkies.
Another. There we go.
Let's see if your face is better than mine for sipping it, because I feel it's going to blow my head off. Remember, first sip, let it sit around the tongue.
The big old tongue or the little tongue, depending on what tongue you got.
Oh, that's smooth. Oh, wow. Zero burn. I've got a real smoky aftertaste.
Yeah, the initial was quite sweet. The initial
was front of the tongue sweetness. Go over to the back. That little bit of the alcohol burn from which you expect from the first sip. Yeah. But then, as I swallowed it, that alcohol burn stayed on just the back of my tongue and didn't follow down the throat.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah, that's exactly what it was for me. That was quite nice. Pleasantly surprising.
Second sip, though, will be the tester. Here we go. You're doing a little pinky. You look like you're doing pinky finger then. Yeah, that is nice. If you swallow it too quick, though, it does burn the back of your throat. I just did it. Yeah, let it sit. I should have left half a second more. But that's nice. Definitely an oaky. Kind of smoky. I keep saying oaky. I think that's wrong. Smoky.
Smoky and oaky.
A smoky flavour to that.
It's a peaty as well.
It's supposed to have a little bit of honey flavour to it, which was what was quite intriguing.
I think that is that little bit of sweetness at the start.
That's the first bit. Yeah, so your sweetness you get on the front of your tongue, spices down the side, and this kind of smokiness tends to be over the back at the top, I think, for some reason.
That's not too bad. Yeah, I was a little bit, I was like nervous is a bit extreme, but I was expecting it to blow my head off a bit.
Yeah, scotches have normally in the past blown my head off, so maybe we're getting quite all right with this.
Maybe we're men now.
Yeah. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Right. Here's a good question.
What?
Do you feel? What's that from? Do you feel? Anyway, it's something I've watched.
I feel so sorry for the people that have to listen to this. just randomly.
It's just basically an output of our brain out loud.
This is just like an hour and a half of a brain fart.
It is that. I reckon there's loads of people at home going, yeah, I'm like this.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, there's more of us than you think. Worry. I would get worried. Do you ever feel like a proper man? Yeah, because I still...
No,
isn't it weird?
Yeah.
Like, I should feel now like a bloke. I do enough stuff to make me blokish. I ride motorbikes, I can ride a horse, I can fix stuff with tools, I can punch quite well. You know, I've had fights.
Yeah.
But I still meet guys, and when they're like, to me, they've got dad grip, you know, handshake, and they're like, all right, mate, and you're like, fucking all right, and you start talking about that as well, because you used to. And I look at them, and I'm just like, a little bit in awe sometimes.
I think your perception always changes. Like when you're a teenager, you look at someone in their late 30s and they're a man. When you're in your like 20s, they're like late 40s. Do you know what I mean? I think they always are about 20 years older than you.
That's what it is.
Yeah, it's just like, I don't know.
So when we're 70, we'll look at 90-odd-year-olds like, he's a dude.
Yeah, he's a man. Actually, no, it probably does drop off at that point when you start getting frail.
There's probably a peak point.
Yeah, you're probably peaking like 60. So, yeah, I was going to say 60 to 70, and then like not everyone. Like my granddad's still pretty fit and
God,
healthy.
no, I'm going to be TRT'd up to the eyeballs by that time.
Yeah, you're going to be a big
Oh,
mutant.
I'm not going down without a fight.
Yeah, right.
God, no. And hopefully by the time we get to
120 kilos shredded at 82.
Hopefully by the time we get to mid to late 40s, there'll be some crazy stuff going on by that point. They've got a good decade or so.
Cryogenic freezing. I'm going to live 400 years. That's what I'm banking on. Live hard and then just hope something comes out in the meantime.
Yeah. Would you be? That's a good question, right? If they could freeze your head,
just my head.
I don't know.
The rest of me just going to wither away.
I've watched a lot of Futurama, and it's always heads in the jar.
All right, okay. So the head's no longer attached to my body.
No, you're not. No, your body's gone.
Freeze my head, and then my body just decays.
But they're going to transplant you into another sleeve.
Okay,
another vessel.
Sleeve.
Yeah, I watched that one on Netflix, which was really good, and then it went really crap.
Oh, I don't know. A sleeve, man.
Had the guy who played, RoboCop, the new movie. I'm going to put this box down because I'm waving it around like a stick. But before I do, it's the box for the whiskey. It just says it's supposed to be aromatic smoky, which I'd agree with.
I would.
Aromatic smoky peat. So that's what we're
Smoky
tasting.
Pete.
Smoky Pete.
Is he a cowboy?
He must have been.
Yeah.
And he liked his smokes.
Smoky Pete.
Hey boy.
And
the flavours of sweet heather honey and rich fruit cake. So have that in your head when you next take a sip.
Fruitcake. I didn't get fruitcake. I'm
honey.
going in again.
Okay.
Thinking fruitcake.
Right.
You fruitcake.
Nearly
You
did something
fucking
that many
fruitcake.
people would be offended by then. Nearly did a Snatch-esque movie thing. Right, second, third sip, fourth sip. No, I took a big sip then, let it sit in my mouth, and there was zero burn anywhere. It's beautifully smooth.
I'm not getting any fruitcake.
I'm not getting fruitcake.
I've got a little bit of sweetness.
They're definitely getting the smoky peat and a little bit of that
I
sweetness
like
at the front.
I like it. And it makes me feel manly.
Honestly, let it sit in your mouth just for a second before you swallow it. It makes a world of difference. But yeah, I would highly recommend that.
I'd recommend that for other things too. No, I'm saying.
No, I'm saying. Highland Park, the 12-year-old Viking Honor single malt. Beautiful. Well done. Well played, boys. Appreciate that. Okay. So we've covered, the down week, getting back up. I think one thing I do want to say is, I took my time to get back to doing what I enjoy at a pace that made me enjoy it. I didn't rush back. And I think a little bit of, to me, obviously, if I don't get content up a lot, I feel like I'm losing out or I'm not doing what I should be to the level.
Yeah.
But I think a little bit of loss for long-term gain.
Yeah.
Just take an extra week. Maybe you get 1 post less, 2 posts less. That's fine. Don't panic.
Quality over quantity as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So that really helped, giving me that, and I've rescheduled what I do as well. So focus points.
Yeah.
What am I actually focusing on? I was focusing on too much on the little things, not enough on the big things.
Yes.
So that's what made me feel overwhelmed because obviously you have a lot of little things.
Yeah, I know. I think this was like an interview. Like, have you heard of Warren Buffett?
Does he suggest getting cowboy hats? Because I'm not. Unless he does,
I don't think he did. I think he. So like Warren Buffett is like this.
Well, Lou's going to tell you what Warren Buffett says, which is going to be really important. I'm going to counter it with, then buy 2 cowboy hats, and then you'll be happy. Yeah. Okay, off you go.
Anyway, this was more about kind of like where your focus is at. Warren Buffett is like billionaire investor and super clued up guy, and he's old AF. I don't know. Is he still alive? Yeah, he is. I think.
I don't think he's died.
So
saying that, I didn't know Sean Connery died.
That was quite recent.
Yeah.
But
I didn't know for a week.
Oh really?
Yeah, it genuinely upset me. I love a bit of Sean.
The Rock.
Yeah, good film.
Anyway, so Warren Buffett. So, and he was doing like training courses basically where and you had to already be like a millionaire plus to even get onto these training courses.
Because that was a level.
Yeah, that was the kind of the level that they were working with. And he was like, okay, so
elitist.
it was basically like write down the top, I think it was like the top 20 things that you need to do. And then wrote them down. It's like, okay, now put them in a priority order. And they're like, okay, so how do you dedicate your time now? And they're like, okay, so I'm going to spend most of my time on the number 1 thing, and then when that stalls, I'll do the number like probably 2 to 5 things, and then absolute worst case will be like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. And he's like, nope. What you want to do is everything that's not number 1, completely disregard, and only focus on the number 1 thing.
Really?
And I've explained it in a really shit way, but in as it was explained, it's basically just like laser focus.
What's important? Yeah, your main goal.
Effectively, you will waste your time doing the insignificant things because 100%. it will fill your time, make you feel productive.
Here's why. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go for it.
Just if I forget. This is because you just really sparked my brain.
Go.
The reason that happens is because you will put the same effort into the number 9 and 10 thing as you would the number 1. So the number 9 and 10 starts to take up as much time as the number 1 thing will. And that's what was happening to me.
Yeah.
So I was like editing stuff and making it really cool for Insta stories to the same level I was editing like YouTube stuff, which is just crazy when you think about it. But it's because I love editing, and that kind of love will always drive me to almost over process stuff.
Yes.
And that was the issue.
It's like the 80-20 rule, isn't it? Like 80% of the results comes from 20% of the effort.
Yeah.
And like the 80-20 rule applies to so much shit in like business, if you were like learning languages, like, you know, like when you're editing a video, like in 20% of the time, I'm sure you can get that put together, like, so it's cohesive, makes sense, there is a story. I will spend
3 hours doing titles sometimes because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, and that's literally then that to get from 80% perfect to 100% will take you that other like 80% of the time.
That sometimes takes me longer than putting the main thing together, like the small things, the transitions, the titling, little sounds, and all that kind of stuff that only I'm going to notice, and I keep forgetting that. Like, a lot of the time I think this makes the difference. Yeah, to you right now, you dum-dum.
Yeah.
But the big thing you've just shown prior is enough.
Yeah. There's like, I still, like, I think now, especially with, you know, the content that you put out on YouTube, like the game has been stepped up so much now that everyone's got these like crazy sick edits and like everyone's got like 30 cameras. You know, we were talking about it the other day with like, I think you were saying like about Max tuning, and it's like he's filming himself driving to go and get like some Chipotle, and he's stopping like 10 times on the way to put his camera on the side of the road, drive past it, pulls up, runs off, goes and picks it up. It's like
ballsy, that, isn't it?
Effort. There's so much effort. And ballsy, but like you wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it in style.
But then, do you know what? I equally enjoy. Someone like Max is a good example. I equally just enjoy him just bouncing off his own brain, just chatting towards the camera, because he's quick-witted and, you know, it's easy to watch and engage. And you have to remember that. So I've gone back to that kind of level of just make it engaging and make that engagement enough, rather than trying to fill it with the, and I've said it before, like the flashbang bullshit is a beautiful thing to add in alongside good content. But don't focus on the flashbang bullshit.
Yeah, there's another word for that, isn't it? It's like
it's called. I know it's called. It's called. Just give me a second. It's called The Justice League. That is a film based on flashbang bullshit. That entire thing, the Batman versus Superman, flashbang bullshit. All they do in those movies is the in-betweens of these major scenes that he wants to show you of this captivated artistic scene. And then in between to him is just filler, which is not the way a movie works, which is why they sucked.
Substance over, what is it? It's a substance over something. What is that?
Oh, we're having a dumb day. We're having a dumb day. We can talk really eloquently between ourselves sometimes, but sometimes we also just revert back to pointy stick.
Ugh. Yeah. Oh, it's okay. There is a saying.
Substance over something.
But it doesn't matter. That's kind of the point. And anyway, what I was saying about like
bullshit is essentially
what I'm saying with like the whole the thing about Max and like the game being stepped up, but also there is so many people on YouTube making great content that is literally like not even like 1080p camera, just pointing at the face, and they just talk.
There is a guy that opens up stuff on YouTube. He like not just mail he gets. He does one with like getting mail and things like that, but also he does one where he just goes and buys stuff and tries it. Like he gets one where he like tries a tarantula to eat an edible tarantula and all weird stuff like this. But the dude is just hilarious. He sounds like Ryan Reynolds for starters, which already appeals to me because he's got that Canadian, wherever that Canadian accent is from, that sounds like Ryan Reynolds. That's where he's from, and he's just brilliant. And his editing style is literally hard cuts and just him bouncing around doing crazy stuff. And he also like destroys his office every time he does a video because somebody will send him somebody once sent him a giant box of glitter, and I mean giant, like as in you could fit a human in the box. And he thought there's a joke, something to do with he'd done some glitter thing prior, and they thought he wouldn't use it. He went and got a giant fan out and poured the glitter over the fan, just covered his entire, like it must have been like sand everywhere in the room. I was just like, one, that's fair effort, but two, it was just so simple but fucking hilarious. And that's when I really started appreciating, hang on a minute, this is just pure content, hard cuts, there's nothing fancy going on here, it's a single point and shoot. And I must have watched 7 videos in a row of it because he was just, and it made you feel good.
Is it substance over form? Is that what it is? Is that saying?
No.
But that's the point.
With it.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's going to bug you, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's going to come to us in about a week. In about 3 days' time, I'm going to get a WhatsApp message from you. It's this. Did I do that with you the other week? What was that I did the other week? I did that with you, and all of a sudden it popped up.
It was the chicken.
That was it. Yes. So on the other podcast we talked about the giant chicken that comes in a cartoon, and he's always like, "I say, boy, I say."
Yeah. And I didn't know who
you didn't know who it was, and you made, and then I second guessed myself. Then, like, I was not. I knew it was real, but then I was like, "Is this one of the things what I was trying to describe it as?" And it is, and it's foghorn leghorn.
Yes,
was the answer to it.
You're right.
But my mistake was I thought he had arguments with Goofy, or I thought it was Disney. He's not Disney. He has, well, he might be Disney, but he has arguments with. He's Tom and Jerry based. So whoever Tom and Jerry is.
I don't ever remember actually seeing him in cartoons. I remember him from Space Jam.
Is he that?
Yeah, not like just as one of the characters.
What a cracking film, Space Jam.
Awesome, that is. They're redoing it, aren't they? Or like
no,
not redo.
On,
like
bro,
I think they're doing a new version of it.
Not watching it. Yeah, he had a rivalry with a bulldog who had a little kid bulldog.
Yes, actually.
Yeah, remember that?
You're right. Yeah, that does ring a bell.
Yeah, and literally about 4 days later, all you got was a text. It was a text just going foghorn, leghorn. And that was it. Nothing, no context.
Yeah. And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then I googled it, and then I was like, the chicken. We were talking about that days ago. Actually, talking about random messages. The other day, I got a phone call from my father-in-law, and he was just like, "You're right," and I was like, "Yes," and he was like, "Rainbow trout pate," and I was like, "Yeah."
Right.
And it's like, what do you think of it? And I was like, to eat? Is it like, is this what
no context.
For me to eat, for you? And he was just like, rainbow trout pate, is it any good? I was like, oh, I've never tried it.
That must be a parent thing, because my mum FaceTimed me before when you arrived, and she just FaceTimed me just to show me she was making a lasagna.
She gave you a great close up of her nose.
Oh yeah, mum. FaceTime is a video. She doesn't understand. She holds it literally 2 centimeters from her nose to talk to me. She thinks the microphone, if it's around anything that's noisy, she thinks that, well, it has to be close to my mouth for them to hear me. And so then all I get is this up nostril shot of her in her glasses.
I've had FaceTimes of like just someone's ear. Like they're just like they just gave up on the FaceTime halfway through, and then I'm just looking at their ear roll for like
the worst
5 minutes.
I swear somebody must have had a naked FaceTime from the parents without them knowing it. Like the parent being inept and just accidentally hitting video FaceTime. Yeah. Guaranteed. Yeah. Imagine.
I'm sure that's happening.
Imagine. You just have to turn away from your phone and scream, no, video, Mom, Dad, whoever's doing it. Hopefully not both at the same time.
Yeah. You'd throw your phone and then go downstairs and scoop your eyeballs out.
And you'd melt the phone in acid.
Yeah.
You'd try...
And then jump in after it.
Throw a watermelon at your head to try and forget. Knock it out. Knock the memory out.
Yeah. You would, immediately hit your head extremely hard and hopefully... Like, a brief bit of time beforehand.
Nature takes its course.
Yeah, just wipes that memory clean out.
What was I going to say today? Oh, I have a film recommendation for everyone. It's called... Now, we've had this discussion before. And I'm pretty sure... I think it's called Damsel. It's on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, you were talking about this.
And it's got Robert Pattinson in it. Now, I'm on a get my Robert Pattinson fill-in prior to the new Batman release, because... I knew him as that stupid disco ball vampire from Twilight. Now, I tried watching Twilight after it had been released, like way after it had been released, because I hated the idea of it even when it came out, so I refused. And I thought, do you know what? I'm going to try. And it was a few years later. 20 minutes is all I've managed. It is the worst piece of crap. The acting is terrible. The storyline is stupid. That girl cannot smile, ever.
I think I've seen the first one, maybe like when it came out. I think my missus convinced me to watch it. I don't really remember
you a little bit, Leslie.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. I'm okay with that. No, I don't really remember much about it at all.
No, I don't remember. I just remember that I skipped, and then at the end, he's a disco ball for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know. Anyway, turns into a disco ball, and the film's still crap. But here's the thing. If you watch him outside of that, because fair play, right? He's always said, if he'd have known what Twilight was going to be, he wouldn't have done it. He wasn't interested in being in that kind of style of movie. And especially not being that famous from it either. Yeah. He hated it. And that's why he looks so miserable all the time around it. The other person who was with him, that girl, she was just miserable.
Kirsten Stewart.
But she can't smile. Her facial muscles do not allow her to be happy.
No, I'm not a fan of Kirsten Stewart.
She has one... She's the Ron Weasley of the female world of acting.
Ron Weasley.
If you haven't noticed that Ron Weasley only does one expression throughout the entirety of Harry Potter, you need to go back and watch it. He does this one shocked, mouth down kind of... look the entire series and just gets away with it. Nobody notices. Nobody picks it up, and he got millions. So fair play to him. Yeah. But this one, okay. So I've had my Robert Pattinson. I've gone right. He's the new Batman. I think he's going to be wicked. I think this new Batman is going to be really dark, and he revels in awkward moments. Like if you watch any of his current movies, there's always unnecessarily long clips of a moment, and you can see him loving being in it, really awkward, making it awkward. Yeah. And I think that's going to really play well to the points in Batman where it gets dark and you think a scene's going to end and it just won't. Yeah. It's going to get like hard to watch. And I think that's going to be what we need from Batman. We need that. And have you seen it when he in the trailer and he just goes, "Who are you?" He's like, "I'm vengeance." And then beats the crap out of that guy and then hits him with 8 unnecessary shots on the floor afterwards. Yeah. Just goosebumps.
It was
Loved it.
It was a Jorge Masvidal.
Oh, it was.
Kind of moment where it's like Ben Askren's unconscious on the floor and he's just like hammer fisting him in the face. I was like,
hammer fist, that's what he's doing. Was that necessary?
Yeah. Super necessary.
Super necessary. He gave him like a 6-piece and a soda. Yeah. It was just, I cannot fucking wait. So your trick is going to be, guys, right? Watch Robert Pattinson's recent stuff. Watch Lighthouse. Really freaking artsy film. Really, 40 minutes of speaking in a 2-hour movie, but it will keep you captivated. And at the end, you're left with a "what the bloody hell" moment. Yeah, yeah. Really, you're gonna have to watch it at least twice to try. I've only seen a lot of symbolism and stuff like that.
Tenet is the only other thing that I've seen him in.
Yeah, and he's the only good thing in it. To be fair to it, Tenet. Is it Tenet?
Tenet?
Yeah. Don't watch it. Pile of turd. Yeah, whoever recommended me that, whoever said to me, "Have you seen what's the other one?" Inception. Have you seen Inception? I'm like, yeah. Did you like it? Yeah. Tenet is great. It's like Inception times, and they said this times 10.
I had somebody who gave me a similar description, and like just doesn't make sense.
We're a liar.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's Inception minus 20 plus doesn't work. Yeah. The logic of the movie is flawed in so many ways. It's impossible for it to even occur. It's stupid, right? So don't watch it. You can ignore it completely, but just understand the only good thing in it is Robert Pattinson. Yeah, and so
gutted as well because I love Christopher Nolan films.
Like, is that who did it?
Yeah, I'm sure it's a Christopher
Hang on,
Nolan.
Didn't he do the bad Batman? Which one did he do? The good Batmans? So did he do the Bale Batmans?
Yeah, he did the Bale Batmans, Inception.
Well, you see, time travel stuff isn't his thing. Go back to your superheroes. Go back to the mystical.
Yeah, I don't know. It was massively.
It tries to be too clever for its own good, and it doesn't work. The actual theory doesn't work.
Yeah.
When you watch it, the army scene at the end, it's wrong. It's just wrong. It doesn't even follow the train of the theory of the story. Yeah, it doesn't. Anyway.
Don't watch that one.
It backflips on itself.
Other Robert Pattinson thing. So that's the only Robert Pattinson thing I watch, other than when I watch Twilight, like fucking.
Minus the tangents. Ago. My point is, watch Pattinson and a load of other crap before you watch Batman, and desensitize yourself from the Twilight stigma. Yeah. And trust me, he's brilliant. And so if you watch on Netflix at the moment, I think it's called Damsel. Is it called Damsel?
Yeah, you said it. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, it's a cowboy-based film, so it's Western. So obviously,
did you initially watch it because you were just like, it's a cowboy film?
Do you know what? I initially watched that, then loved his outfit in it, which then I literally said whilst watching it, I'm going to make that outfit for Arthur. And then re-uploaded Red or Dead to the Xbox. Yeah. But the film's brilliant, and it takes you think you're watching. I'm not going to ruin it actually, but it's very clever in terms of your viewpoint and what you think is not what you think.
Have you watched Westworld?
Oh, mate, I've watched the original movie and the full series, and it is. If you've not seen Westworld, my God, what a series!
That series. It is very good.
Amazing. Have you watched the latest one as well?
I haven't watched the latest series.
It's good, just as good. Yeah, it's a little bit weirder because it's not in the park. Yeah, but it's still just as captivating.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. What's your favourite TV series?
Oh, that's a tough one, mate. Ever?
Actually, no. All right, that's too broad.
No, Friends. I can put Friends on anytime, any day, any point of the year. And I can watch it, and it makes me feel good, and I never get bored of it. Yeah. And for that reason alone, it is absolute genius.
Yeah, I do love Friends. Actually, that's definitely up there. I don't think I ever find myself laughing out loud to, but I will. Similar to you, I will always put it on, always be entertained, and get sucked into the world and care about it, which I think is.
I use saying something all the time, and sometimes I use it against people who don't know Friends. Yeah. I remember it actually. Embarrassing stories, which is another. Good one for the podcast. We always do an embarrassing story, or 5. I have one. So I was at a party. Everyone was getting back together after uni and stuff like that. And one of the girls there, good-looking girl, was single, and she was already mingling. She was in the mingle.
She was in the mingle.
Yeah, and because she was in the mingle, there's a scene in Friends where Joey says to Rachel or someone, and that was it. It's that they're at a rooftop party, and Rachel gets a load of numbers, and Joey goes up to her and goes, "Somebody been a little bit slutty?" Like that, like as a joke, and she's like, "Maybe," because they know it's banter. Well, I did the thing to her because she was talking about how she'd been on a load of dates, and I went, "Has somebody been a little bit slutty?" She hadn't seen Friends.
No, she missed that episode.
The eyeballing I got, I had to backtrack quick. I was like, "Yo, you haven't Joey friend? No, okay, I'll just go and take this foot.
I'm gonna go and buy the box set, and I'll bring it back, and I'll play it for you.
You're gonna get an apology in the mail with a box set of Friends." I don't even know if I ever talked my way out of it. I think I just stuck with. I just when you're just like, "Oh well, bailing. See you later."
Yep.
I've got really good at actually is when you say something stupid, don't try and backtrack.
No.
Literally say something out loud. Like if somebody doesn't land, just go, "Okay, moving on."
Yeah.
If you literally just say that out in a conversation, "Okay, moving on," owning that moment is so much better than trying to backtrack it.
Yeah.
I should have done that at the doctor's today.
Yeah.
I made a faux pas at the doctor's. My thumb is knackered. It's got this like trigger finger thing going on for no apparent reason. Woke up with it and it's just progressively got worse. And she was asking me where I was texting. Now there was a medical student in there who'd reviewed me before, like a lab rat, and I was quite happy with that because she asked me before I went in, "You happy with that?" I was like, "Yeah, it's cool, whatever. They have to learn, make better doctors, cool." She came in and she asked me something. She said, "Yeah, on your phone a lot and things like that," and I said, "Yeah, I'm not on it that much though. More editing. I don't kind of text, And then I looked at the guy and went, "Because we're blokes." Then realised she's a female doctor, and I just said something brilliantly sexist.
Yeah.
I basically said, "I don't text much, unlike you, love, who's probably on there gallivanting away with your little gossip." Yeah. And she looked at me with her dead eyes, like, "I'm going to give you a bad prescription."
Yes.
Yeah. So now I'm on...
Your penis won't work anymore.
I'm on anti-Viagra now. Yeah. I'm going to be a huge disappointment. Or just a medium-sized disappointment. Yeah. And on that note, I'm going to stop and start this bloody recording again. Oh dear, that went sideways. Oh dear me. Right, let's... so that was my... That was my day. I went to the doctors and did that, and then came back and filmed some stuff. When they ask you, like, "Are you doing anything that could aggravate it?" I'm like, "No, get home and rugby tackle a punching bag through a doorway."
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. That's truthful, though.
Yeah.
Nothing out of the ordinary. What's your ordinary? I get beat up on a numerous series things, but it's okay.
I just normally let people like hammer my thumbs with a sledgehammer like on a daily basis, and probably been doing that for like 30 years. But it's ordinary.
Yeah, get watermelon. I'm gonna get a watermelon thrown at my head later on. So I'll be fine. It's not my thumb. No. Thumb's fine. Thumb's out of the way. No. Should we have a look at questions?
Yeah, let's get into them. See. Last time we forgot about the questions, and we had like 5 minutes to do like a real quick.
We did a blast, didn't we? So we'll give you a bit more time this week, people.
Yeah.
We have to find them first.
We haven't reviewed any of these, have we?
No, literally, it's more fun that way, I think.
Yeah, impromptu.
Yeah, and so we're just going to pull them up now.
It doesn't matter. Everything's impromptu anyway because our memories are so bad. We can't say something beforehand.
We don't plan these podcasts, so we just sit down and start talking.
Somebody actually asked me today about like when you do the podcast, do you have a plan? And I was like, no. we just turn up and talk shit.
Yeah, I know. And do you know the fact that we can do that shows how good. Well, I'm going to be a bit soft here. How good the relationship is between people. If you can sit down and talk with somebody out of the blue, just bang, off you go. That person's worth keeping.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I think that's
no awkward silences, no nothing. But also, we said this after the last podcast because me and Lex have known each other for probably a couple of years, but not.
But through more me coming to the gym, seeing you there, not outside of that environment. It's been
just an acquaintance more than like a friend, and then we've got
I'd say more than acquaintances though.
We've got more friendly as time's gone on, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would stay literally for 8 hours in your gym.
Acquaintances.
What we were doing was basically we were becoming friends, but neither of us at any point wanted to man up and be like, "Do you want to be my friend?
Do you want to come over to my house and play?
Can you come and play? Yeah, I've got a game system and some Nerf guns and some whiskey."
Yeah,
and then eventually one of us did it. I don't even remember how.
Yeah. No, neither do I.
I came to you with the idea of the podcast.
Yeah, because it was when I first got the office sorted and stuff, and there was a proper place to do it initially at the gym. Yeah. But then lockdown.
But it was also from the basis of our 8-hour nonsense conversations.
Yeah, exactly. But anyway, kind of tangent again. We, like I was saying, it's good that we know each other, where we can have a good conversation. It's easy to talk, but we don't know enough about each other historically. Where, like, when I was telling that story
when you got
arrested, about getting arrested last week,
slammed me,
and like Lex doesn't know anything about me historically. Like, to be honest, I don't really talk about that much stuff with. I've got a business, I got to be all sensible all the time.
Yeah.
So like a lot of the coaches that are, that work for us, they don't know about it. Actually, one of my old friends from school, like not too long ago, joined the gym and then like started recounting some of the stories of like some of the stuff that used to happen at school, and they were like,
"Had you forgotten any of them?"
No, I knew about them all, but they were like, "Oh my god!" And actually, she's a member, and she's one of our coaching clients, and one of her friends who's a vet knew me. He was in my form at school. And yeah, she was like saying like, "Oh, I spoke to an old friend here, and he went to school with you, and he was telling me all things." I was like, I couldn't believe the things he was telling me, and I was just like, "What did he say?"
Yeah, that's the worst bit is though when you go, "What did he tell you?"
Yeah.
And you have to kind of figure out like, well, hang on, what level are you going to think of me at now? Yeah, that is a dangerous world. When you get those old friends come back through and they're like, "I know stuff about you."
Yeah,
you just have to, how good a friend are they? Right.
I ain't got nothing to hide. I just like it's just not necessarily things that I'd bring up. I suppose
I forget sometimes though some stuff that I've done because I did like that. I did a lot of impromptu daft stuff as well, so I don't remember it. And then someone came up to me like years ago and said, "Hey, do you remember when you did this and this?" I'm like, "What? No." And they're like, "Oh yeah, oh that was it." Someone remembered me from my original school, which was this is a bit of a funny tale actually. So there was a school in a place called Padiham, which is near where I used to live, and it's called St. Mary's, and it was run by nuns. So it was run by nuns, right?
Lex and nuns.
Yes, this is a story of Lex and nuns. So I, as a kid, right, my mum wasn't big on smacking and whacking and stuff like that. So if I got a wallop, I knew I'd done something. I'd broke something, or I'd been real bad. Yeah. Hey boy, you get a whipping. Yeah. So when I went to the nuns thing, right, there was a guy called James, I remember his name, James Pollard, he was called. Pollard, I remember you, James. Offered me half a club. I was like, yeah, I'll take half a club, which is a chocolate biscuit in England.
I was thinking, what? A club?
A club?
Like, a club. Yeah, I know what you mean by club. I was just
like, club, big chocolate biscuit.
Like, not like a baton.
No, it is. Snap to that. Have this. We're about to do some weird...
beat someone with that?
We're going to do some weird shit. Yeah. No, half a chocolate biscuit, like a chocolate bar biscuit thing. I was like, yeah, nom, 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 nom. Lovely. Comes to after the break or whenever it is, comes back and the nun's like, who took my chocolate bar from my desk? Yeah. And I'm like, you son of a mother. Yeah. Because I didn't know swear words back then. Son of a mother. Yeah. And he was like, for some reason the dimwit put his hand up. Yeah. Like, she has no clue. Me. Yeah, there's no evidence.
He knew God was going to punish him.
Yeah, that was it. Maybe he was God-fearing. Yeah. He was definitely nun-fearing. Well, I was nun-fearing after this experience. Anyway, so he puts his bloody hand up, but his answer to it is, I did, but so did Griffin. I was like, hey, I didn't know it was yours. Started protesting. She told me to shush. So she thought me and him were in cahoots. Oh. To undercover steal her club and have a munch. Not the case.
I didn't know nuns had clubs. I don't know.
I know. Are they even allowed a club? Is that a thing?
I don't know why. I would just assume them to cook everything from scratch. Like
I'd assume that they would eat plain oat biscuits made from home with no flavour.
Yeah. A club seems pretty wild.
Yeah, she was a ball. Well, she got wild because
you beat the shit out.
She comes up to this. Now, bear in mind, I had no clue what's going to happen. She walks up. She says, "Hold your hand." Yeah, get your guard up. Yeah. Do you imagine just puts her fists up and starts bouncing?
Come on, you fucking slag.
Let's go, kid. So she goes, put your hand out. And I thought, I'm going to get more club.
Going to get another club here.
She got a wooden ruler, and whacked me across the hand like I'd just done a poop on the carpet.
Yeah.
Never did I have this done to me before, so I was unaware. And by the way, I got hit first. Yeah. Clearly, which is why I didn't know what was coming.
Yeah.
Pollard's the one that nicked it. Yeah. He gave me half of stolen goods.
Maybe because he owned up, he got even though obviously you didn't deserve it, but he was like, at least he's repented for his sins. You're denying it.
I'm in full sin mode. According to, I didn't have a bloody clue. And it was a mint club, not even a chocolate orange. Anyway, she wallops me across the hand, to which point my brain goes, well, my ego. Is it ego at that stage, at that age? I don't know. I'm young. I'm primary school, so I'm probably 10-ish, around that age, because I remember I switched schools. So my brain goes, ow, hey man. I'm like, yeah, brain, kick her in the shin. I'm like, what? Kick her in the damn shin.
You kicked a nun.
She just hit you with a ruler, dude.
You kicked
and I went,
nun.
You have a point. And I kicked the nun. Not only did I kick the nun in the shin, I then left the classroom at pace, i.e. running.
Yeah.
Out the hallway, out the front door, and the way the school was set up was, it was up the top of this big, like, grass area, which was, so the grass area is where you'd play, and at the bottom was, like, just trees. So, but the school itself was one big, long building. Yeah. So every classroom, it went from, like, the bottom end of the school was young, and then as you went up, you got older kids.
Yeah.
But it was all one level.
Yeah.
And what this person remembered was my little head bolting past the outside window along the grass, and about 30 seconds later, a nun chasing me with a ruler. I was gone. You're not hitting me. Shin kick, gone. See you later, love. Aiba, andale.
Yeah.
And that's what they remembered me for. And I was like, oh my God. One, I'm happy with that. That's cracking. I'm glad that is how you remember it. And
running away from a nun.
Running away from a nun you just kicked. Two, I thought I genuinely had built that up in my head to be something it wasn't. And nope, it was 100% what I remember. So, yeah, brilliant. And on that, let's head.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
On that nun kicking bombshell, let's head on to your questions, of which there are quite a few. Okay, I'm going to just pick some good ones. Right, top 5 whiskies neat, and then top 5 with mixers. That's a tough one because we haven't had that many whiskies. I'm going to go with my neat ones.
You go. I couldn't even throw.
Can you name at least one? Because I don't think I've got 5. Okay, so neat, but you have to build it. Okay, so one you don't need to build into. Neat was the one we tried the other week, which the bottle should still be here.
Did they say?
Oh, that's a rum.
Yeah, did they say?
Right,
whiskeys?
I'm gonna say rums and whiskies because I'm a rum guy. So I've only just started the whiskies, of which I've only just tried 2, so 3. Yeah. So we don't even have 5.
I was gonna say I'm not a whiskey connoisseur by any means.
A neat rum is Alfred Lamb's spiced rum. Try that. You will be able to drink that neat. 100%. It's beautiful, easy. It's really sweet. It's vanilla, very vanilla-y. My other favourite is Kraken spiced rum. If you have that with ice, beautiful. A whiskey neat, I have Jameson's. Now, you have to build yourself into it. Do the whole let it sit on the tongue, do that with ice. Quite a lot of ice, but it's very nice once you get going with that. Very smooth. But I get the aged version.
I had a Jura, which is a...
Somebody else has said this. Jura.
Yeah,
it's supposed to be very good.
And there's another one, like a Buffalo... Oh... What is it called?
There's one I know it's been recommended that I haven't tried, and it's called Red Breast. And apparently that's very good, and it has the word breast in it, so double bonus. If you say the word breast without sniggering, you've lost the child inside. Somebody sent me something the other day, and it was just a clip of a guy singing "Boobies, boobies, we all love boobies," and loads of women shaking their top, just shaking. They had fully clothed.
Yeah,
but it made me chuckle like no end. It was brilliant. And I just thought, you know what? That's angering so many Karen and Susans around the world right now.
It's worth it. Just
harming no one, and it's making people happy. Shush your faces.
Yeah.
Shake your boobies. If I could shake something that made people happy, I'd shake it.
Yeah.
If I've got something I can shake that will make you happy, let me know.
After you've had like a chest day and you like you got a heavy pump,
them.
yeah, and you like if you've gone for a run or anything, and they they got some weight to them. I feel sorry for women with really big boobs that try to run because goddamn, I feel it feels uncomfortable.
Well, we can do some fitness advice. Hey, if you're a lady with great big boobies, don't run.
Yeah,
you don't need to.
Well, throw them over your shoulder first.
Oh, crikey! Do you remember that song? Can you? Do your boobs hang low? Can you tie him in a knot? Can you tie him in a bow? Can you swing him over your soldier like a something soldier? Regimental soldier. Yeah. I don't know if that's anywhere outside of England. We used to sing that as a kid all the time, just because it had the word boobies in it. Yeah. But yeah, if you're a lady with a buxom set, don't run. You don't need to run. You can do some really boxing work on the bag, things like that. That's really great. What else is a good one?
Swimming, because you just float.
Swim. Oh my God, yeah, you'd be great at swimming. You would be great at swimming. Have that go. Backstroke, though, probably. It's going to be easier than breaststroke. Brilliant. Double entendre.
Well done.
And use the word entendre. I haven't used that in a while. What else could you do? Like Stairmaster. You do slow steps on things like that.
Cycling. Literally, nothing like high impact.
High impact, yeah. Cross trainer, always going to be a good one. Yeah. But make sure, like, just generally to know, you do not need to do running on a treadmill to lose weight.
People, like, just what the hell is that obsession with running?
Anything that gets your heart rate up. And if anything, if you're going to go on a treadmill, do HIIT training. It will be 10 minutes, you do 30-second sprint, 30-second rest. Banging.
Someone was talking to
10
me
minutes done.
Someone was talking to me about like how we shouldn't do resistance training because humans aren't designed to lift weights. And I was like, yes, we aren't designed to lift weights.
We're designed to pull though.
Well, yeah, we are.
We're set up pulling motions. We're very designed for that.
We like the main thing historically was running, long distance running. We can outrun endurance wise any animal on the planet. That is how we used to hunt. We would
even hunt wolves.
Yeah, we would. I don't think we would hunt wolves, but apparently endurance wise. Okay. So we could literally We could walk stuff down or jog stuff down for days at a time and
track it. Yeah.
And that's how they used to hunt. So we are made for extreme long distance running. Long distance running has a much higher, because there are studies done on all of this, and they tell you per 1,000 hours of training how high the injury rates are, and running is really fucking high, way higher than powerlifting, strongman, CrossFit, like bodybuilding, like. Running is way higher for the injury rate. So, just because you're designed to do it doesn't mean you have to do it.
Remember, you see those people, and if you're going to work on the same route and stuff like that every day, or you just drive the same route or whatever, you'll see the same person running the same route every day. Yeah. Watch that person run next time you see them. I guarantee they're not lifting their knees. They're kind of just they'll do minimal. You watch their body; it'll adapt it to do minimal movement to cover that distance in a certain amount of time. Yeah. And what actually happens is, here's even more reason not to do this stuff. Or to balance it with weight training and resistance work. One, keep your knees up when you're running, but two, right? If you keep running and your body just gets adaptive to that distance and that time that you're running, it reduces your range of movement. And over time, if you keep compounding it, it actually reduces your range of movement day to day in the tendons and ligaments, and can actually cause a negative rebound effect. Massively. Not only that, you burn less calories the longer you run the same route for the same time and the same distance, because your body starts to adapt to it and starts to reduce your range of movement. It can actually create real hip, knee and shin problems. Be very careful. Don't get stuck in that stigma.
There's nothing wrong with running, but it is in moderation, same as everything else. Like the sweet spot somewhere in the middle. Yes. And mix it up.
Change your routes. Yeah. Speed up your time. Make sure you pick your knees
down.
Up.
Actually, hills, downhills, whatever you need to do. Keep it mixed up.
The right shoes. Make sure you're running in the right shoes.
Yeah, it's one piece of the puzzle, but just because that theoretically is what humans have developed and been designed to do, doesn't mean that that's the only way that people should train. No. Because also, when this was happening, our average life expectancy was like 30. Yeah. So it didn't fucking matter if your knees were blown out. Because you were going to die anyway, because you'd snap some shit up and then you'd get infected and then you'd die and that was it. So it didn't really matter. You didn't actually have to live till you were fucking 90.
Ball would gore you and that'd be a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So, just because we're designed to do it.
Very
fucking
true.
Lift some weights as well.
And also, the fat burning effect of lifting weights goes on for a lot longer after the training. It goes on for about it's multiple hours afterwards, whereas your fat burning potential after cardio is literally like 30 minutes or something afterwards.
Yeah,
it
continues. And also just
as it's occurring.
Having more muscle mass on your frame automatically ups your calories that are allowed
increases
every the amount of calories that you burn.
Your base level calorie requirement goes up, which means you can eat more and stay looking just as good.
Yeah.
So ladies, and I know there's many more doing it now, so you're probably well aware.
Yeah.
But please lift weights. It's great for you. You can't get huge and big because you don't have the testosterone to support it.
Yeah. I've been trying for years and I still can't.
We're still doing it. Guys, please don't say things like, I want to start lifting weights, but I don't want to get too big.
Yeah, fuck me, you cannot get too big naturally. Jesus.
Oh yeah, I often have to pull back from getting too big. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Those weeks when you put on too much muscle, aren't they a killer? Aren't they a killer? Absolute nightmare.
Yeah, I'm absolutely bursting out my clothes 24/7.
Oh, it's dreadful when you have to go, and go through that wardrobe and pick out your moo-moos to wear because you've got too big that week.
Yes, it doesn't happen. Don't get me wrong. There's a tiny percent of people that will have that genetic predisposition to get big relatively easily, and they will get bigger than average.
We also point out whatever we talk about, there'll be that tiny percentage of someone. So
it's the exception that proves the rule, isn't it?
Yeah. Cool beans.
Anyway,
that was a big good tangent.
What the fuck were we even talking about originally? What was the question?
The top 5 whiskies.
Yep. So that's your top 5 whiskies.
So, that was helpful. I think we got 4. I think we need one more. Well, I would recommend this one, your Highland Park 12, and that's going to be different because the the ones that we were talking about before, the Jameson stuff, they're very like kind of honey based. This one's very, very smoky. So give that a bash because it's a nice kind of smoke. It's not overwhelming. Good one.
Like cognacs as well, like a Courvoisier.
Oh, and we had that other good one the other week, the AB Gold.
Yeah.
We would recommend that as well.
Yeah.
That was very easy drinking.
Yeah.
And that was neat with just ice. But they recommended having that with lime around the rim.
We need to do that.
Lime around the rim.
Have you got any limes yet?
I bought avocados.
We'll have it with an avocado instead. Fuck it.
Let's break the trend. Whiskey and avocado.
Yeah, put it. We're going to tag them in it and then see if they add that to their recommendation list. Yeah. You can have it with a lime or an avocado.
If they don't want their business to be successful, they'll add it. Right, we're going to have to go blasting because we'll cack on now. Right, here we go.
We've done it again.
Right, what's your favourite alcoholic drink? Quickly.
Oh my God.
What immediately jumps to your brain? Mine is rum and a ginger ale with lime.
Drambuie.
Oh yeah, good call.
I fucking love Drambuie.
How to build up Instagram page with a good following. Right, I can kill this, right? Don't worry about just put up good content. Don't put up a selfie of you in the toilet with urinals behind you and then some big spiel about how you should grab life by the horns and do all like
bend over practically showing your anus and then talk about mental health.
No, do that because apparently you get loads of followers and Instagram loves it.
All right, but morally don't do that.
Morally don't do it, yeah, but Instagram doesn't actually loves it. Doesn't give a shit.
Yeah. As far as me,
we put on a topless picture and Instagram hates it because apparently we're sexually aggressive because we're male and topless. Yeah. But do anything else with buttocks and you're good.
Yeah, buttocks are all good.
So yeah, our advice is do something that's relevant to the photo you're putting up and don't make it too spiely or buttocks.
Yeah, or buttocks. Or buttocks, yeah.
Yeah, and learn photography.
Yeah,
and enjoy it because
I don't know how to grow it because I've been trying to get to 10,000 followers for fucking ages.
Give
Lou me a follow, please. Really. Black _country _ barbell. All I want to do is be able to say swipe up. Please.
He will do the best worst swipe ups for you.
Yeah.
When
I'll swipe you up and send you straight
swipe
to
up to this. It's great.
Pornhub.
Yeah, that'd be it. Full screen 4K.
Can you send them to anything?
Yeah, you can.
Wow. All right. Yes.
You could say it's like swipe up for our latest hoodie, and then they can swipe up, and it could take them to like a sign up.
Remember, like meatspinner.com.
What was no? Let's not tangent on that. Sounds bad.
Check out meatspinner.com.
Oh, Jesus
I don't even know if it's still a website.
I'm going to go and check when I was at school. I'm going to check that out afterwards.
All right, come on.
Let's regret it immediately.
Let's get going. Come on.
Yeah. Next question. Lex, can I? Oh, embarrassing. Lex, can I take you on a date? Do you have sandwiches and whiskey?
Is it a guy or a girl?
It's a girl.
All right.
So I'm winning. That's so bad. Well,
it's your preference.
Hey, listen. It's a new stage of my life.
New year.
Why not? Go on a date with a guy.
Yeah.
We'd at least have a laugh. I mean, I'm not into guys like in that way.
Well,
but I'm
hey, mate,
I like
be open to
conversations. Yeah. I'll be open.
They're having the new corona test by sticking to the
Listen, if you're going to buy me a meal and buy me whiskey, try and turn me.
Yeah.
I'll be down. Either way, I'll have a laugh with you. It'll be fun. Damn it, I shouldn't have really opened myself up there.
Oh,
anyway,
you are fucked.
Yeah, hello, lady. Can you take me a date? Yeah, sandwiches and whiskey? I mean, cool beans. Where do you live? You probably live in like Yemen, so probably not. I'm in the UK. I don't think a lot of people know this.
Where do they think you are?
I don't think I'm American, maybe. Is it? Australian, possibly, because people get those accents confused. Crikey, Charlie.
That hat could also be like an Outback kind of...
Outback, yeah, trail hat. Yeah. That's not a knife. That's a spoon.
That's not a knife.
You've played knifey spoony before. How do you get motivation to eat well and exercise daily? Simple one. Prep your meals. If you've got meals in the fridge that are already prepped, you won't eat crap because you've got stuff there that's good to eat.
Yeah,
simple,
nice and convenient, isn't it? And also, I think the momentum that you build by actually doing it, you start to like. Once you've done it a little bit, you want to do it more because you don't want to break the cycle.
Yes.
So like,
and you put the effort into making that food, so you want to eat it.
It's effort at the start, but it will start to become automated the more you do it. After a few weeks, it
becomes easy. Anything that is a chore to start with will just become what you do.
Habitual, yeah.
Yeah, I think they say something like, is it? It used to be a saying of 28 days.
Yeah, we spoke about this before. No, it's more about 40? The frequency, frequency of the practice opposed to the duration.
So if you do it 3 times a day for 2 weeks, it would become a habit quicker.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool. Okay, next one. Cheers to the weekend, lads. All right. Brett versus Godzilla. 1, good name, and 2. We'll give you a cheers to that one.
I remember his name.
You need more in that.
He's been to BCB.
My glasses are empty.
He's been to Black Country Barbell.
Has he?
Yeah, I know that Instagram. I remember he likes our posts and stuff. See, I
Okay,
remember the people I know.
Do mate? I have many people on Instagram messages who I chat with on a regular basis. I'd say I have about 50 people I talk with regularly. So because I respond to DMs and I really do try, and a lot of you guys are just very cool. And I even want to meet some of these people when I go to America and stuff. I'm going to hook up and just chill out.
Yeah.
Not even for content, just chill out because they're cool guys. I love social media. I think I can meet some you just have to be careful, but you can meet some very cool people. Just don't meet anyone who has a white van.
Get in the vein. Get in the vein. Get in the vein. I used to have a white van.
So, here's one. So, 4 bottles deep on the podcast. What's your favourite so far? Oh, it's a good question. Favourite so far? I think it's going to be the AB Gold for me. I mean, the Lambs one is good. The Alfred Lambs, but I think it's a low percentage, and I think it's a very, very, very sweet. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a bit of a cheap one to call as being because it's just too easy to drink on it. Yeah, I couldn't drink loads of those because it's too sweet.
I definitely agree. AB Gold, I think it was good all round, and I'm still really. Maybe we can we redo the AB Gold again, and we'll do it with the lime.
What about the other one we had? It was the Barn one. What was that?
Burning Barn.
Burning Barn.
That was all right.
That was but it was smokier, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd say Burning Barn.
AB Gold.
I'd say Burning Barn's probably been my least favourite so far. Not because it was bad by any means, but I think some of the others. I would say Burning Barn, then probably Lambs. Then
for a Scotch, this Highland 12, I've had Scotches before and they kick my ass. This hasn't kicked my ass, so it's a good one to try.
I'm putting AB Gold up there so far.
Yes, AB Gold. The ultimate question is: a cat a biscuit or a chocolate bar? I think he's a cat.
Kit Kat.
Cat.
I mean, Kit Kat.
Does he mean Kit Kat?
I'm guessing.
Is he
so.
talking? Because isn't the argument always Jaffa Cake?
It's probably auto-corrected.
Yeah, that's what I'm winking. That's what I'm winking. That's what I'm thinking.
That's what
the
I'm
ultimate
winking.
question:
are you winking when I'm winking?
A biscuit or maybe a Kit Kat? Is it a chocolate? Is it a chocolate bar or a biscuit? I'd say it's a chocolate bar.
Yeah, 100%. It's in bar form. It is bar shaped,
covered in chocolate. Yeah. It's a chocolate bar. Okay, hair wash routine. Okay, real easy. I do a no more orange toner shampoo because I have blonde in my hair, and that takes the oranges out of it, which makes it more white and platinum style, which I like. I then put a hair mask conditioner on, leave that on for 5 minutes, and that's my lot. And then every so often I put a hair oil in the ends because I've got long hair.
I've recently
doing this because you're growing your hair. Mr. Lewis is growing his hair.
Yeah, I'm growing my hair out. I recently bought a shampoo bar. Have you seen those shampoo bars? So I've been YouTubing how to grow your hair out and blah blah, and basically because being a guy who's had short hair my whole life, you just maybe it's just me, but I just wash my hair with whatever the fuck was next to me.
That is a bloke thing. Body wash, that'll do my hair.
Yeah, I didn't
give my body.
I did not give a crap. Yeah, my hair is on my body, so I'm gonna wash.
When it's short, it honestly doesn't matter.
No, and I'd wash my hair normally at least once a day, sometimes twice a day, depending on how frequently I shower.
One, when it's short. If you put something through it, makes it drier. It often makes it style better because it's more straw-like, and because it's short and cropped to sides, you don't notice. Yeah. But 2, you're getting it cut so often, you got fresh hair coming through all the time. Yeah. So when it's longer, you got to take care of it more because that same hair's sticking around. You got to take care of the ends. You got to start helping it grow through, keeping it looking healthy. Yeah. So those are my things. The oil that I posted recently in my stories is really good. I put it in my hair, left it overnight, washed it out. It's really done a good job. It's that Blue Man Cloud Control. It's called. Yeah. But I have just ordered a shea butter, and it's a shea something. Just search it. It's a hair repair mask. Right. And it's supposed to be really good for your hair. So, and that was recommended to me by Ryan Keto from one of my followers who has a band, which is called. Let me just pull up the full song details for you because I want you guys to actually listen to this because it's a good song and I don't want to do the name its injustice. You keep talking whilst I find this.
I want. So in terms of that, that's something I'm really new to. I've never really focused on hair care at all. Yeah. So now I've been watching loads of videos and somebody recommended a shampoo bar. So one from a sustainability point of view, there is no packaging because it literally is almost like a bar of soap and it lasts way longer than buying a shampoo. And you literally just. Yeah. You just rub it in your hair, and it was fucking brilliant. It's really good. I didn't get it, but there's Lush do one. I can't remember what it's called, but apparently that one's really fucking good. Oh, okay. So
I have used Lush stuff before. It is decent.
Yeah, Lush. I think Lush is really good. It's a lot of it's organic and whole produce and not too many chemicals and stuff.
Probably too much information for most men, but what we've said is wash hair with good stuff, and you can use some oil treatments. Yeah. And then whilst you're doing this, listen to "Sunny When You're Gone" by Late Night Legacy.
Oh, is that
that's the tune I've got on my playlist. It's a banger. It's so good.
It's really good. That
it's a really good song. And Ryan Keto from that, we've talked to each other for years, and that because
has he got luscious locks?
I have mass hair envy from him. Oh. He's got these gorgeous kind of curly locks going on, and it's oh, you son of a bitch,
you sexy motherfucker,
you beautiful person,
you beautiful man.
Yeah, generally he's my hair crush. So yeah, there we go. Check them out. Late Night Legacy. They're really good. They'll cheer your day up. It's a real easy listening music as well. Right, we're gonna run out of time shortly because we are cracking on here, boy. It is 20. We've got like 2 minutes, so let's do some fast blast answers. Right. Why do you wear a hat indoors when you've got great hair oil?
It's like,
I don't understand though. I wear a hat. I wear the hat because I bought the hat, and we can only be indoors. So it's locked down, and it's been pissing down every day here. It's been raining.
So shut up with your smart questions.
Just outsmarted. So yeah, that was why I was wearing a hat inside, because I got it and I wanted to wear it. I was the kind of kid who wore trainers out the shop. Do you want to put them in the box? No, they're staying on my feet. Take the tag off whilst I'm wearing them. Right. I love 12-year Highland Park and a cigar. Salutations. The only question I have is what's next? What's next on the... We don't know because we pick it... We literally walk into somewhere and we pick it off the way it looks. I tell you what we should do. We can't though because it's lockdown. But we should go one day to a proper whiskey store.
Oh, damn. Yeah, definitely.
And get a recommendation from the person. We will do that one time and we'll tell you where we go.
And like, if anyone has anything they want to send
just tell us. If you want to send us something, if you've got something, if you own a whiskey store, you make whiskey, whatever, hit me up.
Or rums or...
We will feature it and we'll try it. And,
any alcohol at all. I don't care. I'll take anything.
Really?
Bathtub moonshine.
I'm going to rock up with a bottle of Lambrini.
Yeah.
There's levels.
If you make Lambrini in your sink...
2 minutes move. Come on, look, here we go. Make a bigger video with your morning coffee. Right, that's not a question, dude. Okay.
That's a statement.
That's a statement.
Next, do
best
this.
way to get into motorbikes, building, tinkering, riding. Oh, best way to get into motorbikes. One.
Buy one.
What? Do your test. Get that done. Learn to ride properly. And then go buy anything that is kind of a Honda or... I'd say Suzuki, because they're super easy to customize and you can buy parts really easy. But Honda's really a great one. You can buy some really old good bikes, and BMW. Old BMW and old Hondas are really good to tinker with. And then just basically learn YouTube videos. Who do you live with? I don't live with anybody. I'm on my own. Simple. I'm done.
So sad.
Who do you live with? You live with your missus?
Yeah, I live with my partner.
So Lou is taken, but not from mandates.
Yeah, Emma's my female partner.
Yeah, open to other options. How do you spell tangent?
Oh, fuck off.
I'm reading how you spell
dyslexic.
Yeah, you got to spell it dyslexo, which is your superhero name.
TR...
TZ do
AMFLRE. There we go. Tangent.
Okay, Jesus Christ. Last one. Oh, Jesus Christ, it's Paul Fogarty. How great is Paul Fogarty? How great is Paul Fogarty? Like, how fucking great is he? Paul, you are a fucking legend. Paul is the guy who videos me when I get the crazy massages that kick my ass. Paul, you make those videos as fun as they are, so thank you very much. That is it. We've run out of time, dude. Thank you all for tuning in. We will see you in the next one.
Toodle pip. Bye.